The cost of water in San Diego may go up again. The proposal is the latest in a series of rate hikes over the past 4 years and is not without its critics. KPBS Metro reporter Allison St. John is here to tell us more. Allison, thank you for joining us. How much would the average monthly bill go up if this proposal goes through?
Okay, well, if it goes through, which looks like it's a pretty strong possibility, the average water bill in the city of San Diego would go up $3 or $4, about 5%, from, say, about $68 a month to maybe $72 a month. And of course, for large commercial users, then it would go up a lot more.
So isn't this counterintuitive? We've all been conserving water so well. Why is this water rate hike needed?
Well, that's a very good question, especially since the city did actually have a 4-year series of hikes that they passed in 2007. And now, all of a sudden, unexpectedly, here comes another rate hike before those series is even complete. So the reasoning is that we are being provided 85% to 90% of our water from outside sources. So it's the agencies up the line that are having to put up their costs. So right above us, we have the County Water Authority. They get the water from the Metropolitan Water District, Southern California agency. And each of these agencies have put up their costs independently of the city. They're now saying to the city, we're going to charge you more. And it's like a pass-through cost that the city is now going to have to meet.
Now, not everyone is buying this explanation, specifically San Diego Councilman Carl DeMaio. What is he saying about the proposed rate hike?
Well, he's saying that you have to look at the costs of not just building the infrastructure, but also the administration of how the organizations are using their funds to pay salaries and pension benefits. He's pointing out that the county, according to him, the County Water Authority has an unsustainable rate of increase in labor costs. And he's saying that the Metropolitan Water District is providing, guaranteed salary increases at a time when many small businesses are just having to cut. And that is one of the elements of this water rate increase that he is not in agreement with.
Okay, and he's not the only one who's saying this. The leaders of 5 water agencies in the county have told the authority that they're not doing enough to keep expenses down. How much truth is there to that?
Well, there's so many different analyses that we throw of the different costs. It's hard to really get an objective sense, but it is true that everybody is trying to pass the blame up the line. The local water authorities are saying, look, it's the County Water Authority that should be charging less, and the County Water Authority is saying, look, Metropolitan is charging San Diego an unfair amount and that we are subsidizing other regions. So at each level, people are looking up and saying, perhaps we should be blaming the people above us. And the fact is that I suppose we have been looking at a lot of government agencies as a result of the Bell scandal. Water authorities do tend to, fly under the radar a bit. They haven't been under a great deal of scrutiny. So this is a time when I think they will be a little bit more under the microscope.
You mentioned that, we've had a series of rate hikes over the past 4 years. Why did we have those rate hikes?
Well, the previous rate hikes were because the city of San Diego had to put in a whole bunch of new infrastructure and mend its sewer pipes and its water pipes. We've had fewer sewer spills. I think those were things that were federally mandated that the city had to do. So that money has gone to the city's infrastructure. What this next one is the increasing costs from these agencies up the line now coming down to San Diego, which is at the end of the water pipeline.
So in a day of declining water sources, aren't we likely to see many more rate hikes in the future?
I'm afraid that's a pretty accurate assessment because the irony is that as you conserve, you obviously hope your bill will go down, but as you conserve, you're using less water, which means the agencies providing it have less to work with, and they are having to build a lot of new infrastructure and perhaps water reclamation plants in order to keep the supplies up. So it isn't necessarily following your intuitive, what you would think, that as you pay less, as you conserve, you would pay less. In fact, it's the opposite. As we conserve, we also have to pay more. And water is such an important, such a crucial element of our survival here in Southern California that I think it's just a foregone conclusion. We will be paying more and more into the future for water.
So it's a matter of we as customers are damned if we do and damned if we don't. Thank you, Allison, so much.